welcome back to the farm. Hey, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, stick around for a while. Well, we're gonna open up an ag bag. Excuse me, first one. And I know I marked this as our overflow bag, but they all get fed the same way anyway. So since this is on the edge of a cornfield, we're gonna get rid of this first. I'm gonna first, you can see what I'm wearing. The temperatures took a big drop here. So, but we're still keeping these heifers out in the pasture. As long as we don't get any excessive rain or snow, precipitation, we're just gonna leave them out there. They got their winter coats on. So I'm gonna dig into this. First time we ever rolled these bags up, he put a bunch of dirt on them, sealed them up real tight. So we're gonna look in here and see how it's kept. It sure smells good. I'll cut into it in a second, but I'm gonna trickle them some corn along that fence. And then I'm gonna get Lonnie set up in here, and he's gonna haul it over to them heifer barns and feed them, because we gotta give them this corn. They need it for one, for energy, but also to help save on our hay supply, because they're mowing hay right now. You fill them a couple days of this, a week of corn silage, fill them right up. Let's open this up. Take a look at this stuff. We've had in the past quite a bit of spoilage on the ends of these bags, but being that this was the first one or the last one put up, and it's mid to end, well, late November, man, that smells good. It's got a little tint there, a little crust, ice crust on here, but yeah, nothing crazy. I'm gonna be able to dip into it and just start feeding it. Before, if I had spoilage, I'd have to load it in a manure spreader and spread it along the field, because you don't want to feed them a bunch of mold, get them sick. You see how quiet they got now? So I don't push it all up right away. What I'll do then tonight when I go to feed, while they're getting ready to milk and feed, I'll come back in here with them forks and I'll clean the rest up. But yeah, this is how we feed them. We never did get around to tearing this out and building that. Look how nice that is. We still got the steel, so we might get to it. You could pour this, you know, in the winter. You're inside of a barn, so I mean that's an awesome curb. And Greg built this rail. So as you can see, this gate, we kind of made it, and eventually they just wear and wear on it. They'll break it down. You can hear it creaking, but it's, hey, it works. Next day, hey, temperature dropped drastically since it was yesterday. We lost that calf. That was, pretty sure that calf was alive, and it was starting to like jump a little bit. And I gave a calf like that CPR one time and saved it, so I figured I'd try it again, but that was, I don't think that was necessarily a stillborn, because the way, I think something went wrong, and before that cow calf, some afterbirth was coming out, so there could have been, usually that don't happen. So she had issues, you know, they're like people, and they're not all gonna be smooth birthings, and sometimes you lose them. So that was unfortunate, but we ended up getting a lot of snow that night. And then it warmed up, probably 3 inches. I ain't saying a lot, nothing like New York got, but 3 inches. Then it warmed up, and then it melted. And so that's what we're stuck with. It's froze solid. It feels like 9 degrees. I got these barns shut up, and I wish I had clear plastic there, and I think I will eventually put some, but that's that yellow stuff. But you see why we had Lonnie and we all worked on power washing these barns. A lot brighter in here. Cows are eating like you wouldn't believe. Gale warning going on. And that would be, I don't know what that is. We had one a couple weeks ago. I think it's high winds. I can hear the winds hit my face right now. So 18, 20 mile winds is supposed to kick up. But you can see the aftermath. It's pretty much froze everything over. And I'll show you what was coming off these roofs. Look at that. I need to extend this eaves trough out over here because I've got a bit of a mess. But all manure's pushed up. I'm gonna get in this tractor and haul a couple loads out, and yeah, look at that ground. I'm glad I got that ag bag open up and I could feed them out in the field, because they're gonna need that, keep them warm. They had a round bale out there too, but after they ate all that corn, they just went and laid right down. What I do is let this warm up a little bit, get the hydraulics warm, and then I'll move the end gate up, and I'll push this spreader back, making sure she's gonna go. It pushes like a log splitter. See, she's moving now. That way you don't get a full load and the thing won't move. Massive cylinder that runs this spreader, and I made it back. I'm going to bring it back to the front as we back in. We'll load her up. There's your load, and you see this tractor we put on here. We got new tires put on it on the inside. The outsides aren't too bad. So we use this. These John Deere's got a good cab. The heater works a little better in this. Now, if we get a bunch of snow, because a lot of guys have been asking about that white tractor. We still got it. That's a spare tractor for right now. This just runs the spreader real well. It's the hydraulics on these old John Deere's are just so smooth. So if we get too much snow, if we have some kind of thaw in January, or it's not even really winter yet, but we get a major thaw, we'll bring out the white. But to be honest, with most of our fields and our back door all tiled, this two-wheeler really works, and it's a heck of a bang for your buck. Got the grain trickling out here. Corn silage here. There's your hay. And there's your finished product coming down this belt. The cows just love it. They're lining back up to eat. That hay bale I gave them, that had some snow on that. That was an overflow. I've got a few I keep out by near the fence row that I couldn't fit in the barn because we packed that barn full of their second cutting hay for these cows, and they just love it. Look at them. I get them out here in the sun. They're pretty encapsulated around here with these barns, so it's not real windy in here. I'm gonna shut that overhead door up when we're done. But yeah, they pack in here. They get their fill of the dry hay. This is number 3. It's a buddy of mine. Hey, how you doing, Bubba? Very low key, very smart cow. One of them cows that pushes the levers, lets herself out. Very docile. You have to strap her in. But yeah, she's just a massive animal, but a big baby. And by the way, she's pregnant. Got a load of sand recently before this cold spell. It's got these freeze-stalls filled right up. Got one hanging out right now. So keeping sand in these is very important. And you gotta hit it when it's not too cold, because if they put it in the stall and they don't lay in it, it'll freeze kind of solid. So you need their body heat to shape it. Switch over to this other bunk. Let this corn down. New cable we put on. When he put that roof on, I wound that around. The other one was getting it. You can see some wires were breaking, and you don't want that falling. The unloader will fall. There's Jack. He's feeding the freestalls, barns, the heifers, while I'm feeding the milk cows. Haylage. New cable on this too. Like I said, we have never had a cable break or unloader break because we change them. When the silo man tells you to do something, you might want to listen. Grain down again. And we're back in. That wind's kicking up now. Here's my corn silage. This is sometimes what I'll do. See, Jack's got this stall dug out. I can open this up so I can see what's going on, but that wind's coming out of the south right there, so I'll probably shut this when I leave. While standing here, there's your grain, your haylage, your corn silage dumping, and they're not all lined up. A lot of them are out in that sun, believe it or not, even though it's brisk. 63, how you doing, bud? How you doing, Spunky? So here's some freestalls. Again, plenty of sand in here for now, but with them being locked in these barns for the most part, because like I said, you got to protect them. You don't want them out in that field. Some of them heifers don't know what they're doing. They'll get lost and lay out there all night and freeze. So I've got the door pulled down, locked in, and it's open on that side, but the wind primarily comes from over here. Water tank's flowing nicely. Got to keep an eye on these. I mean, it stays pretty warm in here, but we got to watch water lines now from freezing. Whoa, you're not very shy, are you? Number 105, my buddy. Thanks for sticking around in the video. Yeah, that cold weather came rumbling in on us, but we'll get used to it real quick, because every single day we're gonna be out there. So, hey, Grant Man's out here. Just got up from a nap. I don't know if he'll make his way in here or not, but anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to this young subscriber. Send me a Christmas card. Matt Rebarchek. I just started watching your YouTube channel this year. I love it so much. My dude, keep up the good work. Retired from milking cows in 2018. This young man, thank you for the card. Speaking of that, hey bud, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. I don't know if I'll see you again after this. Come here, bud. Bye-bye. And so I hope you have a good Thanksgiving. Hope you hang out with your family. See his cheeks? Yeah, and trust me guys, we're still working on a haircut. Those of you guys that say he needs a haircut, I agree, he needs a haircut, but I've learned you gotta pick your battles. It's coming. And when it comes, it's gonna get buzzed down. But in the meantime, I gotta do what Rochelle wants to do. So yeah, he's got a lot of teeth, but he's got some big ones on the bottom. There's 2 gaps that are coming in. That's why his cheeks are out red. He's teething again. But he's a big, strong boy. Aren't you, bud? Anyway, hey, a lot of guys ask me what do I do to stay strong in the winter months. Well, I've got weights out in this barn, and once you get weights, you always want to keep them close by, kick them around in your garage, because you'll go back to it. You know, about a year ago I was struggling. I had salmonella poisoning, and that went into reactive arthritis, which was, got your nose? Which was basically an autoimmune disease. Just couldn't move my wrists, my hands, my legs, couldn't even walk, but lost 30 pounds. But I've gained all that back, still haven't gotten all my muscle back in my legs, believe it or not, but I'll still do some weight training, and I've been doing some push-ups, you know, because you can feel yourself. When you feel yourself start slacking, not as strong as you once were, then you don't really need the weights. You just do push-ups, sit-ups, things like that. Stretching sometimes will work as a workout beyond push-ups, but so those are the things I do to stay strong, because farmers work hard, but sometimes they're not building certain muscles, and when you're out there and you've got some power, it really helps with the work you're doing. And you know, we get in late at night, we're eating 8, 9 o'clock at night, not exactly good on the gut, so there's things you can do to keep that down a little bit. So if you're looking for a Christmas present for next month, early Christmas, got these sweatshirts. I've had this thing I've got one of each. My dog tag one, blue one. I've had this for like 2 years. These things last, and you know, I wear them out on the farm. So you can get a tumbler, a hat, farmfocus.com. What do you think, bud? I know you want to touch that mic, don't you? Boom, boom. Anyway, take care. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for the card, Matthew. If you guys want to send a card, it's P.O. Box 321, Emily City, Michigan 48444. But other than that, take care. Hope you spend time with your family. Fill your stomachs, and God bless.